folks, welcome to another FiddleHed fiddle lesson. And now return to the tune, Soldier's Joy. I'm going to do an intermediate version. I have a very easy beginner version, relatively easy I should say. But this version I'm going to show you now is more involved, has more notes, kind of feels more like a fiddle tune. So I'm going to play the whole thing. I think I'm going to do 2 A's, 2 B's, and then I'm going to show it to you part by part, even note by note at times, okay? Here we go, Soldier's Joy. Alright, so I played it a little faster than I normally do at the beginning of tunes, so don't be intimidated. I think you can do it. Well, all you really need to know is the D scale really well. You may want to warm up with that a bit. Also play the notes of the D scale on the E string. Open, 1, low, 2, 3, 4. And you should be fairly comfortable with 4th finger. If you're not, then you may want to practice that some before doing this tune. And I'll put a link to a lesson on 4th finger for you in the comments field below. And as usual, down in the comments field, you'll also find tabs for this tune. And eventually there'll be sheet music for it as well, and other fun, useful stuff on FiddleHed.com. Okie doke, let's do it. So we're going to start, let's start without the pickup. I find that to be a little easier. We're going to start with this little riff, which if you learn the basic version will sound familiar. So in the very beginner version, we start the same way. But in the beginner version, those are quarter notes or slower, longer notes, and here they're going to be quicker, and we're going to do that twice in a row. So sorry, let me backtrack again, just in case you're seeing this for the first time. It's open A, D2, open D, C. And those notes are the D major triad. So triads come up a ton in music. I mean, it's just basic building blocks. So if you know your triads, then you'll be able to learn all this music more easily. And they're kind of fun too. So I have a video for that. I'm going to post a link to that triads video in the comments field below too. Okay, a lot of talk so far, so let's get back to playing. We're working on the first quarter of the tune, alright? So after that we do this. Let's open A, 3, 2, 3. Followed by 2, 1. So we have okay, once again. I am now going to play the entire first quarter of the A part, put it together for you very slowly. Alright, so very key part. It's repeated a lot. The riffs that are contained in there, especially that opening da 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 da, da are repeated like 3 times in the A part. So it's worth taking a moment and looping on that phrase. Looping is one of the most powerful practice techniques you can do, and I'm constantly trying to get you and my private students to do it because I also think it's just really fun. A fun way to practice, but very useful because After a while, you take one little thing and loop it, it starts to sound and feel like music. You're not thinking as much. So let's take that first quarter of the A part and loop it. 4. Again. I think on the first time I looped it, I forgot to, at the end, go. Anyway, we'll keep moving forward though. Another thing you should know, in case you don't know already, this tune that I'm playing, this way I'm playing it, is a particular version that I've come up with. I've sort of triangulated from many different versions, but there's no set way to play it. You'll hear little tiny different subtle differences, and depending on who the fiddler is, you'll hear an infinite amount of variations. Whereas classical music's a little different. They tend to like have a set piece and they play the notes exactly as written, but then the variation in classical music comes more from the expression and how you play it. But the notes themselves don't really change. Here in these fiddle tunes, the notes that are actually, if you were to write them on the page, would be different for each fiddler. So, okay, just like to let you know a little bit about how fiddling works. All right, so that was the first quarter. Second quarter begins the same. So if you really practice that first quarter, you're in good shape already. Then that's followed by D3 to D1, 2, 3, here's that again. Okay, I'm now going to put together and play the entire second quarter of the A part. Okay, the third quarter of the A part is almost identical to the first. It just ends with A3 going A3 E open instead of 2 1. So is the end. Here's the whole third quarter slow again. Okay, fourth quarter is completely different. I'm just going to play the entire fourth quarter now. Okay, so it's going to start E1, going to 3, back to 1. And then A3. I think that's hard. Let's do it once more. That's followed by open E to low 2 to open E. Then we're going to add regular 2 on A. I think that's even harder because you got to do low 2 on E, high 2 on A. Let's do that again. Okay, I think that little piece is hard. Let's loop it together. Okay, and putting together what we have so far of the fourth quarter of the B part. And then we end with A3. All right, 3. Okay, so the whole fourth quarter. Okay, very good. So I'm now gonna play the fourth quarter one more time. Now I'm gonna play the entire A part, all right? All right, and if you begin the A part with, you can begin it with the pickup. There's a little lead in, which is 2, 3 on D. So we can start it like this. All right, and that means when we get to the end of the A part and we're going back to the A, say we're doing 2 A's, 2 B's, it'll sound like this. Does that make sense? All right, you can also go and listen to the version I did at the beginning of the lesson. But basically, pickups add a sense of flow to the tune. You know, like it sounds less choppy, like weird stopping and starting. So, and I like to show you the pickup after showing you the whole part because I think it makes more sense. All right. But feel free to let me know if that's confusing and maybe it'd be better to teach it with the pickup at first. All right, so good. Let's move on and do the B part. And you already know part of the B part. I'll just say that right now. So I'm gonna start by slowly playing the first quarter of the B part. It's a lot of notes, so let's break it down. Starting with E, 1, 1 open, 1 low, 2. Followed by 3, 4, 3, 1 on E. Maybe that's worth practicing. Okay, let's put that together. First bar. I think this is a really good piece. You may want to I think you should pause the video and practice that on your own, just for a little bit. Thanks for doing that. Okay. And you know, that piece is repeated 3 times in the B part. So if you really did take the time to pause and practice that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to move forward in the B part. That part is followed by this. E to A3 to A2 to A3. There's that again. And then that's followed by, on E string, open 1, low 2, open. So this whole next phrase is again. Great. I'm now going to play the entire first quarter of the B part again. Okay. Good, good. Now let's loop on that. I think if you do that, again, this part will, the whole B part will come to you. So let's take some time and loop that a little bit together. Okay, good. Let's move on to the second quarter. I'm now going to play the entire second quarter of the B part. Alright, so it starts the same as the first quarter. And then the different part is this. That's just starting E, A3, A2, A1, open A. Just straight down a scale. And then A3, open E. Hey kitty! Alright, so again, the whole second quarter. Good. The third quarter is the same as the first, exactly. So if you did all that looping before with me, then you got that, right? And then the fourth quarter is the same as the fourth quarter from the A part. So it's... Alright, so take a moment to pause the video and make sure you got all the various parts. And just pause, rewind, learn how to talk, learn how to speak English, and then we'll come back and play the entire B part. Here we go, the entire B part. The last piece of the puzzle is the pickup to the B part is A3 open E. So it's the way to lead into that would be, and then we start our B part. So it would be like, and so on. Okay, and then we get to, say we get to the end of the B part and we want to do another B, the second B. It would be like. Hopefully that makes sense. Now when we get to the second B and we want to repeat back to the A, this is how it'll sound like. We'll go to the pickup of the A. And so on. Alright? So again, I'll have it tabbed out below. I'll create a play along track so you can listen to that. It'll help you get a mental picture of the tune, but it also is a way for you to practice and play along. And some more fun videos on this and other tunes, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time on FiddleHed. So long. Thanks for watching.